All right, and welcome back to episode 2 of Turning the Wheel, where we are playing Rappan, Athuk, made by Frog God Games. With us once again is the Company of the Golden Wheel. Adventurers chartered out of the city of Freechester, who are currently in said city, spending their hard-earned money and time. If you'll recall, last week they went in and checked in with the Heroes Guild and then went to a tavern where Bobo Nurbin saw his brother, who he believes to be hunting him and attempting to kill him. And then Bobo cast invisibility on himself, hid outside. The party attempted to confront Frogger Bobo Nurbin, who immediately teleported away after they attacked him, leaving the party in an alleyway, unable to get in contact with Bobo Nurbin and their friend Luminaries, who disappeared. Which brings us straight to this week and the return of the Company of the Golden Wheel.
Look, guys, I don't know where I don't know where Bobo is. So I'm a little annoyed that I drank less beers than I wanted to after some long days of adventuring. What in tarnation are we going to do here?
I mean, last we could go to the gambling that's illegal, but just to let you know, it's kind of rigged. You'll be meant to lose.
Well, I'm not really in for losing the money I worked so hard to earn. So I'll pass on that gambling part. But I could go for another ale or two and another soft bed.
But what about your friend Bobo?
Well, I don't really know about investigating for invisible people. Hacking and slashing all day. But invisible people, not really my thing. Pharaoh, friend?
Yes, my friend?
What do you suppose we do about finding our lost compatriots here?
Well, I think the best thing we can do is go back where we were when we last saw him, and he'll find us. I think that's the best. Wait, no, his brother? I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. They'll just have to find us.
I think that's a good idea. Go back where we started. They had some fine ale there. They really did.
Was it the ale or the women you were looking at?
Yes.
He goes, touche.
It was, yes. Ale. And possibly the barmaid. But mostly the ale. And also mostly the barmaid. Either way, back to the damn tavern. Maybe we'll find Aries along the way. Maybe he's just passed out somewhere or something.
That doesn't sound like him.
I'll be honest, the turtle's higher than a kite most times.
Well, I don't know, man. He seemed pretty relaxed last we spoke to him. He was big chill. Maybe he was just tired. I don't know. I don't really know him well enough to know, Pharaoh, if that's really like him or not. But
Oh, friends, I just had a realization. I do know that in the gambling dens, there are lines that could lead to alternate sources of treasure.
I don't know about going to a place that's rigged, though. And how will Bobo find us if we're going to a secret gambling place?
I mean, in the first place, he's the one that brought it up.
Well, how's he going to know how to get there if it's a secret?
I mean, I can guide you all. I know the secrets and I know the marks.
Yes, that I understand. But we have a friend who we don't even know where they are. How is he going to find us there in that place?
I mean, I could just run around and yell Bobo, but that might.
Hey. Oh. Yes, and also, remember, he's possibly being hunted. Let's be careful.
Yeah, and what if he's cold and hungry? Bobo's my oldest friend. Now that my compatriot Tatiana has sacrificed her life so gracefully to make sure we could live, Bobo's my oldest friend. I mean, you guys are my friends too, but he's my oldest friend.
Of like 6 days.
Yes, and also 6 days. 6 days inside of a dungeon is pretty intense. You could argue that's worth 6 months sitting around in a tavern.
And it's 6 more days of friendship than I had before I met that man. So I just need to make sure that he's safe and not hurt. Maybe we don't know if that crazy guy found him. I'm a little slightly concerned for my little buddy. I know he's.
Oh no. You actually have known Bobo for a long time. I forgot that Bobo and Pharaoh are not the same person.
Yeah, no, they're not. Pharaoh's a good friend too. I'm glad he made it with us. But Bobo's my longest friend.
And so you guys do recall that it was Bobo who brought up the idea of the gambling den. Whether you can figure out how he would know such a thing is unspecific. You guys have been to Freechester before. Bobo had mentioned gambling. Kane thinks he can find it. You're not certain where Bobo would be, but gambling seems like the type of thing that your illusionist friend might be into.
Yes, and also, if it's rigged and we have an illusionist, maybe we bet with the illusionary coin, perhaps. Yes.
Now, this is a man you want to speak to about gambling. Dear Pharaoh, you are a smart man.
Well, I make questionable choices for being smart, but thank you, my friend.
Well, questionable is all about perspective, isn't it?
No. By questionable, I mean bad choices.
Nah, I'm still under the thought process of it's all perspective. One man's good is another man's bad, and vice versa. Fine, I suppose. Let's go to this gambling. Listen, on one condition. They better have drinks.
Dolomite dealer, you'll have some of the best wine and also some of the most piss poor wine you'll ever have.
Some of the best piss poor wine I've ever had. Sounds great. I'm in.
After the second glass, doesn't matter anyway.
See, he knows what he's talking about.
Bad decisions.
All right, Kane. You say you know how to find the symbols and stuff to go to this place. Do the thing that you know how to do.
Oh, I guess follow me and stick close, lass and lads.
Yeah, so Kane is proficient in Thieves' Cant, which makes it very easy for him to lead you through a couple alleys over and up to a door. He makes the proper sign, and you are brought into a gambling den, which is bustling with activity. You can see various games taking place around the city. Or not around the city, around the den, and the unmistakable clink of coins, being shuffled and tossed around tables, placed on bets. You can see that there is a table where people are playing the captain's wheel. There's definitely a dice game called Skulls operating at one table, and other more common games. Games that you would recognize were you a real person, games like 21 and craps, those types of games. And of course you see a familiar rotund halfling sitting at the captain's wheel table next to a hooded figure as they watch as the wheel spins and spins and spins before slowly coming to rest on a 16. And you see Bobo and the person next to him both curse as they don't win.
Wait, Bobo's here?
Yes.
Wow. Bobo, I was worried about you, friend.
Well, I needed somewhere to go. And I wasn't going to let Frogger track me down. So here I am. Let's keep it quiet, though. I don't want him to, next thing you know, there's going to be three deep gnomes down here. And then after there's three, there's going to be two because either him or I'm going to be dead,
Well, yes. And
So I'm going to say it's
I
a
wouldn't let it be
2-3-2.
you. He's tricky, but I'll do what I have to do to keep you above ground, my friend.
I'm really glad to see you guys.
I'm really glad to see you too. I was just recalling that you're my oldest friend, Bobo.
Yeah, we've known each other for almost 6 days now. But yet, you're kind of like my only friend, too.
Well, longer than 6 days. We've been a part of the Golden Wheel a little bit longer. We've known Pharaoh only 6 days, but
Yes.
when you're spending time in dungeons, it all runs together and it feels like forever. But I'm glad to see you, buddy, and I'll give you a pat on the back.
Oh, man, it's good to be back. It's good to be around you guys. Just keep an eye out for Frogger.
Oh, yeah, he's a slippery one, that one.
Yes.
Yeah, runs in the family.
I'll tell you, lad, you should have seen dear Pharaoh over here cast fire at him.
Yes, and I almost got him, but I didn't get him.
He's quick, very quick.
Got away. Yes.
Well, anyway,
Hey, excuse me.
I haven't
Time to
had.
make your bets. Bet.
What's the buy-in, Mr. Dealer?
And so the game that Uken and Bobo are playing is a game that's very similar to roulette, called Captain's Wheel. There are 20 spokes on the wheel, and then there is and the wheel sits horizontal. And then the places where you gamble, you can bet any number between 1 and 20. You can bet whether it will be a white spoke or a black spoke. And the those numbers are equal. However, 10 and 20, when you look at it, are both red, indicating places where the otherwise expected to be 50-50 dice would be not 50-50. That's sort of the house's VIG number, right? And you're not allowed to bet red. And then you can bet also whether it will be less than 10 or higher than 10. So basically you can bet whether it's 1 to 9 or 11 to 19 as well. And those are called high and low bets.
Now, Mr. World, are the numbers on the wheel, the captain's wheel, in sequential order 1 through 20, or are they?
They're random.
Okay.
My friend, Mr. Dealer, I I'm wondering if any of these numbers here seem to maybe come up more often, or very much less often, perhaps. Yes, my friend, please tell
Says
me.
they all come up equal
I
after the
cast
bet.
and save for suggestion.
Excuse me, tiny man. Come sit at the table and join us. Ask questions later after you play a hand.
Yes, my friend, thank you. Very, very, very kind. Appreciate that. It's been a long night.
So when you attempt to cast the suggestion spell, you can see that it soaks into his head, and then it's almost as if something is helping him resist your spell, and he just smirks at you. And he says, "That type of stuff doesn't work here, gnome."
My friend, very good. Understood. This is your house. I respect it. I respect it.
All of this number business sounds like too much for me. You guys play this game. I'm going to find a damn drink. You want something?
Right as you say that, as if sort of magically, an elven woman appears at your elbow and says, "What can I get you?"
Oh, well.
And
Hell,
she
well.
takes your drink order.
I would like the finest glass of ale you have in this joint and whatever my friends are having.
This does cost you slightly more than it would in a legal establishment. This place has to worry about things like bribes and extra guards that the tavern upstairs doesn't have to deal with. And so buying a round will cost you about 5 gold pieces here.
Very interesting. Given that they have many other sources of income, it seems. Yes. You'd think the drinks would be free.
But the other federal, you got to see the liquor is a business of its own.
Well, I prefer gambling in places that liquor me up for free and then loosen my wallet, if you know what I mean.
So you guys do notice that when your drinks are brought back, they're some of the best drinks you've ever had. They're all almost magically good. Like they're perfected and almost enchanted to make you feel slightly more drunk than usual, but also to make it exactly what you had in your mind sort of when you ordered.
I'm going to put 1 gold piece on the number 6, of course.
Well, I think I'm going to point myself towards an over 10 result with 1 gold piece.
A gold piece for mine too. For the number 7. Lucky 7. Never lose.
Yeah.
I'm going to put my gold pieces in my pocket until it's time to buy another.
Come on,
drink.
Xenon, have some fun.
I'm having plenty of fun watching that waitress deliver these drinks.
I know, I saw you, but you still should just have a little fun. Take a little chance.
The thing about half dragons, very horny.
Hey, I only have 3 horns.
Dinner Xenon, listen. It's all right. Here,
Guys. Chill. Let's just relax and play.
Better leave the table.
Fine. I'll bet on number 15. Actually, I'll bet on number 12 because that's the amount of hobgoblins I'm going to chop to pieces.
Yeah.
Yes.
You halfling? He says, looking at Kane.
Ken will kind of throw his hands up and be like, all right, I'm going to go try to find us some water somewhere in here.
Okay. So after you guys place your bets and some other people around the table place their bets, you see the half-orc that tends the game and who has been, hassling you to make sure you take your bets, subtly signaling that people should come over. He spins the wheel and you see it spin and spin and spin click, 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 and eventually it settles on the 11.
Woo! Oh,
Bobo,
yeah.
you're a winner.
You then see that the dealer hands 2 gold coins to Bobo and takes everyone else's coins away.
Okay, and I flip a coin to Kane.
I say from one halfling to another, have one of these, brother.
So Kane has left the table. He's walked
What?
away. He's over on another room near a bar, and you actually see him talking to a human who we will deal with in a little bit with Kane. But you guys continue to be at the table. Ukin, you have been on quite the losing streak and are very nearly out of money.
The lucky 7 fails me once more.
I'm gonna put my gold piece on 6. Yes.
Lucky 7, come on, lucky 7.
I'm going to join you on Lucky 7.
I'm not betting this time. I'm finding something else to do. You kids have fun.
And the wheel spins. Click, 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 and stops on the 3. Leaving you
Man.
I'm gonna put a gold piece on number 6. Yes.
I'm taking a break. I'm going to go hang out with Xenon. This game is very frustrating because I know what I can do in this game, but I'm not going to do it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
As I look at my last coin in my hand, contemplating to play. This won't fail me. I trust myself. I put it again on 7. Lucky 7. Come on, win it all now.
click, 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 and it has landed on the 3 once again.
No.
Under my hood, you see a tear come out. It's kind of greenish, but you see it coming out down my cheek and land on my shirt as I look down.
Don't be sad, my friend. We could be in a dungeon somewhere getting chopped at, getting scratched at, getting casted upon. Times are good.
At this point, that seems more fun than this.
I mean, this place doesn't seem. I mean, the math is just against us. There is no way. I mean, I'm not going to spend my hard-earned gold down here too much.
Agree. I got my 3 gold pieces down. My friend, your name? My name is Pharaoh Glimmervein.
I'm Ugin of the Wild.
Ukin, my friend. Tomorrow, we venture back into the danger.
As you
And
say that, I look at my back. And let's see that again.
My name is Jimbersons. I'm a halfling. Nice to meet you, Ukin.
I'm a druid.
We're part of a small organization called the Golden Wheel.
Oh,
An adventuring party. Yes,
you guys make money? Gold?
we make a lot of money.
I'm kind of in a pickle right now. I ran out of money, and I don't think I can support my living.
Well, let me ask you this, Ukin. What do you think about bugbears?
They're bears, but bugs.
Yes.
They do bug me. It's very true.
If you dissect them, they're pretty useful.
Yes. Yeah.
parts.
Yep.
I got guts in those bugbears. Lots of them.
I enjoy killing things.
Well, we have a certain vendetta, you would say, against these bugbears, which had taken some serious meat out of our hides the last time we encountered them, and we have sworn revenge on them. And I just seriously won't stop until they're destroyed, every single one of them, and their mangy hides thrown into the pits of hell.
That's right. Wherever Jimbo Jimberson goes, Pharaoh
That's-
Glimmervein goes as well.
If you have me, I'm really good with killing things, and I'm really good with animals and stuff like that. You know, as I sound really
Perfect.
desperate, you can see the expression on my voice, like my pouch is empty and kind of shaking, like, oh my god, I can't eat. Yes, if you don't mind having me, it will be a pleasure.
Now,
I
you-
promise.
yeah.
I'll
what
make it
happens? We have an opening. Someone else, let's say they had decided not to come back to the city with us, and tough decision on their part. So we have an opening.
And there are matters with fixed costs involving the charter for the adventuring company and these sort of things where you're going to have to take some of the treasure that you've earned and turn it back into the company so that we continue our charter and pay a lot of money to go risk our lives to be killed.
Well, as
And they
long
call
as
it
I
free,
can-
Chester. It's not free. Nothing here is free.
Yeah, I understand. But a little bit of extra gold, a little bit more gambling, and make more money. Eventually, I get everything back, buy my own house back. Get my wife, get my kids back. Able to
Yes,
speak to my
my
father.
friend. Yes, we will make this happen for you.
Huzzah! Finally, a path I can take.
Yes. Now, Ukin, I have to warn you, my evil brother, Frogger, is in this city and he means to kill me.
Jimbo.
Since you have joined the party, I must inform you of this.
Someone's brother, not Jimbo's
Well,
brother. Jimbo.
If you need a bodyguard, I can assist.
Yes, just be on the lookout. If you see me stomp my right foot 3 times, that means I'm in big trouble. My brother has come for me.
As long as you don't dance, we're good. And here he goes. I have 2 left feet.
Yes. Well, I can tell you, if your skills are the way you're going to be perfect for what we need to do with these bugbears. I mean, I want to know everything about these bugbears.
Okay, Xenon, while the gnomes are making a friend and you walking around the bar, eventually you do see a game that is very familiar to you, and a game that was played back in your homeland, in which you consider yourself to be very, very good at. And this is a game that it's a dice game, and it is the goal of this game is you wager how many people on how many ones on 3d6 the thrower is going to roll. And so it's sort of like craps in that the roll of the thrower changes, but the entire table bets on the result, just like craps. And the person will roll 3 dice, and you are supposed to bet on how many ones the person will roll. And based on how many ones they roll, that's how much times your bet you win back.
Well, now this looks like a game I can get behind. Something from the homeland. That stupid spinning wheel thing was just not my jam. Now, 1 gold on one. One
Yeah.
on one.
Minimum bet on this game is 10.
Oh, well, shit.
Oof.
Balls.
Oof.
All right.
My friend, you're trying to bankrupt us.
Well, I have a couple of my own stored in my pocket here. What's it gonna hurt? I'll try one. One platinum piece on one dice.
Ooh, my very rich friend.
You see them roll the dice,
Come on, do it.
and
Do it. Come on,
Eureka,
come on.
you have won another platinum piece that matches the one you placed. As the person
Yeah.
who throws the dice rolls it and there is one skull on the dice.
I dropped my jaw. Like, what?
Let's go eat. Let's go eat.
Yep, I may not be a smart
Okay,
man,
well,
but I know.
certainly you can win more than that.
Let's go
You're
eat.
gonna leave
I'm
after
very
one?
hungry. Very hungry all of a sudden.
Listen,
I mean, I'm a halfling. I'm extremely hungry. Come on, let's go eat, guys.
yeah, I may not be a smart dragon, but I know when quitting time is, and quitting time's when I'm ahead.
I drag my head down and I walk behind them like mumbling to myself.
Okay, so you guys step off to the side, and we'll turn now to the conversation that Kane is having at the table. Kane has, through whispering and speaking to the people amongst the thing, been introduced to a man named Karen, and Karen goes, "Well, Kane, I gotta tell you, this is a delicate job I've learned about. Do you think you're up to it?"
Of course I'm up to it. Me and my friends will have it covered in no time.
Are you familiar with Rappan Athuk?
Kane will just blink and go, yes, I am.
Says, "Well, supposedly, and this is just something that is being whispered about in rooms such as this one, and taverns where guards frequent when they're together instead of alone." And you see him; he points over at a guy who clearly he looks like the type of person a noble or a merchant would hire to be his guard. He has that look, right, of like a guy who is tough or might have been tough once, but doesn't do much fighting anymore. And he's drinking and gambling and throwing dice and generally being loud. He goes, anyway, those sorts of people, they mention this man named Guarde. He claims, mind you, to have gone into Rappan Athuk, gone deep into the level, and he's pulled out the sword of Banor and has it in his mansion.
Now that, my lad, is a very interesting story. So tell me, is this mansion within the town limits or is it outside?
He says it's outside of Freechester, but not far outside of Freechester. It's a pretty simple case. He hires a lot of guards. This Guarde, he's well connected, if you get my meaning. The very tops in Freechester. He's got quite the reputation for being a warrior, but nothing that proper heist needs to worry about. Mostly he hires the same sorts of guards everybody else hires.
That's wonderful. Makes it quite a bit easier to learn patterns.
And he says, and I'll tell you where this mansion is, but you're going to have to give me 50 gold pieces. You have to agree that when you need to fence this sword, because Guarde is going to look for it, that you come back here and you talk to old Karen.
All right, give me a moment. And can I see my friends around, or are they close enough?
Yeah. Xenon sticks out in a crowd.
I'm gonna wave at Xenon to come over with anyone else that might be with her. I said, allow you to meet my friends.
And he says, well, aren't you a big one? Looking at Xenon.
I would not do that if I were you. She gets offended by the tall jokes.
Does she now? And he strokes his chin, staring up at Xenon.
I recognize this man. He sold me this old battle axe I got here.
Says, no, that wasn't me.
Mighty funny. Same name, same face, same accent.
He says, no, Karen is my name. Person who sells things up on the top. He's a fella that goes by the name Yorth.
Interesting.
We're both from the same region.
What you need, Kane? What you got us into, bud?
He says, listen, Karen, you talk about this with your friends, you come back to me. Or listen, Kane, you talk about this with your friends, then you come on back to me if we got a deal.
All right, lad. I'll talk to you in a moment. So, Daniel, is everyone here, the group, or is it just Xenon?
Yeah, but this guy who you've barely met, Ukin, is there walking up with the gnomes.
So, as Kane gets ready to open his mouth, he's going to slowly shut it as he looks over to Yulkin. He goes, "Hi, where did he come from?"
This is my friend, Yukin. We're going to get him his house back, his family. You can trust him.
Hi, I'm Lucan. And who you might be?
Daddy and Kane Thorngage. They come from far away from here. I also dabble in illegal activities.
Interesting. I dabble in some alchemy and some human improvements. All humans can be improved for the better.
That concerns me, but at the same time, we could use that. So listen, guys.
That's really interesting.
Is that how they make half-orcs?
Well, I thought they made half orcs.
Nobody ever talks about how they make half-orcs.
When a mama orc loves a daddy something that's not an orc, they go off and ride into the sunset. And when they wake up the next day, the big old stork from the sky drops them a little baby half orc, and that's how half orcs are made.
This is a
I
story
thought
that
they
I've
hatched
heard.
from eggs. I actually heard that.
I
Yeah.
was told they came down in baskets down the river.
I thought it was an egg in a basket on a river or
Yes.
something like that.
There's an egg in a basket down the river, brought with a stork on top, who I believe he steers the boat, basket style boat.
I'm starting to realize that possibly I'm the only one that really gets it, but yes, we'll go with the stork driving a basket.
Is it
I
a
thought
basket?
some mad scientists put them together.
Listen, I have one question about this basket. Is it a basket-sized boat or a boat-sized basket?
It's a basket. It's a boat shaped basket. Yes.
That large just for one egg?
Well, it's a half orc. They're very big.
Even though there's a baby?
Have you ever seen a baby half orc? You never see a
No.
baby half orc. They come out full size, big eggs.
Wow.
So, anyways, lots of masses. So, I got us a job if we're willing to pay 50 gold to take it.
50 gold to take a job.
What is this, free Chester?
That sounds like something that a free Chester would come up with.
Hear me out.
What's
All
the
right?
job?
So pay to get a job.
Listen to me, all right? You see that wealthy gentleman over there playing and being loud and obnoxious?
Yes, of course we do. They're loud and obnoxious.
It's rumored that he's gone into Rappan and pulled out a mighty sword worth quite a lot of gold.
Mm-hmm.
He keeps it up in his mansion outside of the city. So they want to hire all of us to go steal it.
Well, no. I'm all for a good adventure, but stealing is strictly against the charter. That cost us a lot of money, and I'd rather not glory hunt in that kind of manner.
Yeah, Kane,
Is
I
it
tell you
though?
what, I'm completely opposed to any kind of ideas of robbing human settlements or noblemen in the outskirts of the town in which I pay a $100 a month charter in.
Yes. What
I
Jimbo
mean, we'd be
said.
like shitting in our own bed.
There's
I bet
nothing
we
in the
pay a lot
charter that
for.
says you can't steal from people, actually. It just makes it so you are not automatically a bandit by being out and adventuring.
We're walking a fit here between bandit and adventurer, and I'm fairly large, so navigating this thin line is fairly hard as it is. I just don't know if I'm comfortable stepping in that direction.
But imagine a legendary medical sword being sold for tons of gold.
It's all for the greater good. Our good.
If it's that great a sword, why wouldn't we keep it? Then we weren't stealing for profit. We were
Keep it down.
appropriating for the greater good.
Listen, that's the point. If it is what I think it is, and it is what he says, perhaps we keep the sword and we sell it or we keep it. The point is, there's a magical sword that we don't even have to go into Rappan to get.
Yes.
That's a good point, but I'm telling you, I feel like we're gonna just make a whole bunch of enemies up here in this town if we do this. This is our safe haven, you know what I mean? Like we could come back here and go buy more magic items and stuff. But now if we got these people hunting us down here, man, I'm gonna have my brother hunt me down. I'm gonna have the town guard hunt me down. I'm gonna have this nobleman hunt me down. And you know, man, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna wind up dead.
Yes.
So-
And maybe we should find out if this sword owning nobleman is a good guy or perhaps a villain. And then
And then
I'll tell you what, if you want to see what type of man he is, go ahead. But from where I come from, noblemen are nothing but trash. They treat their followers as if they're nothing.
well, so
I mean, Xenon, what if Kane just tried to do this on his own? Perhaps we could buff him up very seriously and somehow get him in there, like invisibly, increase all his stuff, and then maybe he could just do it.
yes, and I would say that any sword not actively being used to kill those murderous, foul monsters in the dungeon, that person is, by extension, a villain himself by withholding the device that can lead to defeating so much evil. He is sort of an evil by omission, in a sense. What's the good of a sword sitting on a mantle in a nobleman's palace when there are bugbears to be killed?
Listen, lots of losses. I will not make you do this. If you want to just move on, we'll move on. But there's a chance for something better to come our way.
So, well, I like the idea of maybe doing the invisible thing.
I mean, look, have you even noticed since I've gotten these boots, I'm completely silent when I walk. And I'll walk around you and you just hear nothingness.
I just don't want to get
When
implicated
Kane
in it,
walked
man.
around there, indicating, that he expects you not to be able to hear anything, you couldn't have heard him walk if he was wearing plate boots. This place is quite loud.
Jimbo, listen.
Jimbo, yeah.
You're my friend, and I'll do whatever you say. However, if Kane does it, he's our friend too. We're guilty by association, no matter what.
If you're worried that if I get captured, I'm not going to tattle. I've been in worse prisons than probably what's here.
I trust you, my friend, but I don't want you to go in alone. Personally, if we're gonna do it, we should do it. We
Hey,
shouldn't
don't,
try to
he should
have
not be
one
alone. I can
person take
accompany
all the
him.
responsibility.
All right, so listen, here's how I feel about it. I feel like we need to get a little more information from this guy. He's gonna make us pay him fine. I got him sitting on a couple of extra platinums. But listen, if this goes bad, I claim the right to be the first bitch in this party to say, I told you so. And if it goes right, then I'll say, I should have listened to you the first time. But here you go. Here's the gold. Let's get the information. I need to know more. And then we can plan our plan of attack after we get more information.
All right, let's go find this strange southern-sounding bastard.
Hey, you go find the guy and make him come over here.
Karen, I think Karen is speaking to a manager right now. I think I see him over there speaking to a manager.
Well, Kane,
Talking to the manager.
what's it going to be? Yin or Yao?
Well, I'll tell you this, lad. We'll take the job, but first we want a little more information. If you don't mind speaking to my friends, tell them what you told me.
You said what? You couldn't just tell him? Guarde has the sword of Bannon.
So what was his name? Sorry,
Guarde.
Guarden. Interesting.
Guarde.
Guarde.
He
Okay.
claims that he has taken the sword of Bannon out of the deepest levels of Rappan Athuk himself. And he now has it.
But he's not killing monsters with it.
Well, he ain't the type of sword that goes into Rappan Athuk to claim things like the sword of Bannon, if you understand.
And if we find out that he really doesn't have it, do we get our money back?
They don't know.
Man, I really don't like this situation whatsoever, Xenon.
We've been cheated. We are up on the night. I will say that. This place is rigged.
I mean, you know what I really want to do, guys? I want to go back there and take these bugbears and hang them by their balls off that bridge.
With the sword, it'll make it much easier to do it.
I agree with Bobo. We need
I would. Ulkin
action.
is going to help us do this. Ulkin is familiar with killing things.
Oh my god, I'm so excited to kill something already.
I mean, we're going to get on the bad side of these guys in this town so quick. This is the first visit to this town, and now all of a sudden we're going to start getting on the bad side of all of these bad people.
Listen here, Kane. Yin
What
or
are they
Yao?
going to do? Charge us?
Other people are gonna pay me for this tip.
So, real quick, Mr. World, with a insight of 20, can I tell if he's telling the truth? That he believes the information he's giving us?
You believe that? So this is the type of person who sells tips on valuable objects. And your insight while you were asking around has indicated that this is a reliable source for that type of information.
Listen, friends, I know this man's strange, but he's known very well for the tips that he gives people. So I have to say I would have to be in.
I'll give you 5 platinum pieces.
In that case, perhaps we should just vote on it then.
He sees Xenon holding the platinum pieces out, and he reaches out his hand and puts it underneath him and waits for her to drop the coins.
Excuse me, that is not how we do business. You don't have to touch me in that sort of manner. But here you fucking go, guy.
Wasn't touching you, darling. If I was, you'd know it.
Yeah.
He takes them and he goes, mansion's northeast of town. Guards shift 10 minutes after midnight. Pleasure, Kane.
Always a pleasure to do business with you.
All right, now look, listen, I'm going to turn to Bobo and I'm going to say, look, we know where the place is. We don't have to go right now. We know the things there. If we get in a hard spot where we need a little extra money or something, then we can do questionable things.
Kane, with that insight roll, you know that he's also not the sort that is exclusive about selling these tips.
Sorry, can you repeat that for me?
It is unlikely that Karen is selling this tip to only you.
So Kane would have them huddle close and be like, alright, I have to be honest. Knowing him, he's selling this tip to other people too.
Now, if I was a more evil-minded person, I would say we wait until other people came, went in, stole it, and then we killed those people, those thieves.
That sounds like a wonderful plan. I
We
couldn't
killed
even
those
thought it
thieves,
myself.
and then we decide what to do next.
Hey, Xenon, remember? That's what the bandits said in the dungeon before Drog pulverized them into a pinky pulp.
Listen, I just had an idea, Bobo. I think we can solve two problems with one situation here. Listen. So you're good at the invisible spell and the disguise spell, right?
Oh,
What
yeah.
if you disguised somebody in the party to look like Frogger, your brother? And then we just went in and stole it. And then if they saw, then they thought it was Frogger. I won't say his name, but they thought it was him and not
Yeah.
us. And it's really not us. And then they go capture him. And then we know he's in jail. And we have the thing we want anyways. And we both win.
Yes.
Now that's
Yes.
a beautiful plan, you beautiful blue dragon.
I know that sounds amazing, but the only problem with that is I can only disguise my own identity. I can't do this for anyone else.
But can you turn other people invisible? Question mark.
I could turn other people invisible. Oh, you're saying to me to appear as my brother?
Well, no, not Jimbo Jimberson doesn't have a brother, but this guy, the bad guy, you know.
Yeah, nudge.
So if you dress like the bad guy, and you can maybe turn the other two little guys, Pharaoh and Cain, invisible, they can go with you. Ukin and I can watch the doors outside for anything to come or anything like that. And you guys can be quick in, quick out. Then if they see anybody, they see Frogger and not Jimbo Jimberson.
Yeah, but then what if they catch me?
They won't. That's why we have invisible friends to go with you.
But I will be invisible.
Oh, good point. You can be invisible too, though, can't you?
My friend,
It's a
Jimbo?
concentration. I'd have to be able to cast it.
Jimbo, I won't let them take you. They'll have to kill me. I won't let them.
Well, maybe you all three small guys go in invisible.
We'll blast the entire place if we have to.
I have a bad feeling
We'll
about
treat
this
them like
guy.
a bunch of bugbears if they make us.
We should be treating the bugbears like this instead.
We will once we get the sword.
Yeah,
Well, look, it seems like you guys want to do this. I don't want to go against the party.
Well, hey, Bobo, friendo, I don't necessarily want to do it for any other reason than Pharaoh really convinced me with his very, very convincing argument that he made about if this guy's not using it for good, he's bad.
And it doesn't sound like the guild hall is going to put us in trouble just for having a little mischief on the side.
Well, as long as we're not going to lose our very expensive charter. Then
No. I
We're
will,
planning a frame job and a heist in a rigged gambling establishment. We are in this already. This is as deep as it gets.
I must be honest with you, my friends. Given me some rest, I could learn how to use a disguise kit overnight. Don't ask how. It's a long story.
True. I don't want to ask any questions. Well, let's go back to the inn where we were staying. Let's go there. We'll take Ukum back. We'll drink. We'll talk about it, and we'll make a plan.
As I bend my hand down, drink requires gold and
Don't worry about that.
I start sweating.
My friend, you'll never
You're
have
with
to
us
worry
now.
about it again.
Thank
Kate
you.
will slip gold into Xenon's hand. 15 gold.
15 gold.
As I see that gold gets transferred from one hand to another, I kind of like drool a little bit.
All right.
Okay, so do you guys head back to the inn then?
Yeah, where we got our rooms.
Now,
So you guys return to the infamous barricade bar, and now it's much later in the day, but you are able to still see that the proprietress Devratain Largepike remains behind the bar, and the half-orc who was leaning in and telling a story, who was telling a story in a low and deep voice that caused people to have to lean in, now is telling a story accompanied by, poignant drumming. And the story is the tale of the paladin named Banor, who led a group deep into Rappan Athuk and valiantly fell in a battle in the halls of the Cyclops King, battling the Cyclops King himself, losing his magic sword and his magic shield deep within the bowels of Rappan Athuk.
Did he say magic shield and sword?
He did say magic shield.
Well, listen. We can get the sword and then go back to the dungeon we were going to go back to anyways, and we can find the shield too. Man, think about it. Think of what all the adventuring parties would say about us if we had both of those things.
yes, and kill bugbears on the way.
First, they would tell us we're thieves because most people know that he has the sword in his mansion.
Well, fuck that guy. Who is that guy anyway? But still, okay, well, if we had the shield and secretly the sword.
And
Epic
you had
swords
both
still
of them.
belong on mantles.
I
They
would give
belong in
both of them
bugbear
to
skulls.
you, Xenon. You deserve both of those things.
Well, we could, well,
Yes.
I was thinking
Yes.
someday we were talking about Ukin getting a house and we're all friends and stuff, right? Maybe we'll have like a guild hall and we can hang trophies of our adventures at our own guild hall. The company of the Golden Wheel. Or comrades of the Golden Wheel. What I've had a few to drink. Whatever the fuck we are today, tomorrow, whenever, that
I
name.
love your vision.
It would be good to hang trophies.
It would be good.
And we
And
could
then we could hang bugbear skulls too.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I especially want the skull of that. What was that guy yelling? Some Orcus name or some shit? I don't know. That guy who was casting that magic,
Yes.
I'd especially like his
Fuck
face.
that guy.
Fuck that guy. Cheers to that, Pharaoh. I will cheers you to fuck that guy.
No. Wait. Oh, yes. Yes,
So
cheers.
rounded drinks for the five of you here only costs 25 silver pieces.
Oh, what a deal. Man, I feel like we got bargain night 2 for Tuesday.
Feels cheaper when they call it silver.
Also,
It does.
half our party is like 3 feet tall.
The half price for the half party?
I know how these halflings drink. You're not getting that deal here, Dragonborn.
Oh, now that's just racist, you big bastard.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit speciesist here.
Yeah.
My tiny friends sometimes have tiny amounts of ale,
And I'm a halfling, and
Yeah.
I don't like
me,
that.
a dwarf. Sometimes I grow to 8 feet tall. Get out of here.
Yeah, I've seen that kind of magic before. Don't you try to get over on me. Listen,
Wait, he's an orc. He's an orc, right?
here's the damn
No,
silver.
it's a dwarf.
Oh.
I said I liked your prices anyway, man. I was complimenting you.
You'll like the ale better, I assure you.
Yeah. I liked you better when you were behind the bar not talking.
By the way, it's time for second supper.
Oh, you said second supper. Someone else.
That's right. Yeah, second supper. That's right.
Second supper will cost you guys about 4 gold pieces total between the various things that you like.
Yeah.
Xenon obviously is a little more expensive, being fed primarily by meat. The 2 deep gnomes and their affinity for mushrooms come a bit cheaper.
Actually, I'll have you know, Xenon is a vegetarian, and she would take a Caesar salad with extra dressing on the side.
Xenon would die if she was a vegetarian.
On the side. Extra dressing on the side.
And those little crunchy things, make sure there's extra. I like to crisp them up before I eat them.
Extra Caesar dressing?
Yeah, I said I'm a
You're gonna eat like
vegetarian.
kings.
Fish in it?
You're gonna eat like czars tonight because tomorrow we may die.
No day but today. No day but today.
Are we going to
And
go?
who can eat some strange things that you guys have never seen before?
All right, guys, I'm going to look at my spell book and really think about what spells could benefit me here in this situation where we're trying to break into this Lord's house.
I'm gonna stare into the fire and thinking about my friend.
I'm gonna
Well,
you know,
it's really easy to get anywhere when you can turn yourself into gas.
That does happen, but usually after beans, not mushrooms.
Oh, no. I don't mean that kind of gas.
Oh,
I mean, I turn myself into actual gas.
that's very valuable in this day and age. A lot of people are putting that gas in plastic bags. Valuable skill.
I'll just show you later. Yeah, I'll just show you.
Okay, so real quick, so we're all thinking about going in 10 after midnight, correct?
yeah, during shift change.
Yes.
Well, perhaps we should recontour it one night
Yeah, we should scout it one
and
night
then come back the next.
so we can
But mind you, there's other people looking for this sword too.
That's
well,
right.
It's
if
true.
we scout it out. We'll see if other people are going in. You know,
That's right, my friend.
because if we can scout it out, we can get a layout. Because let's just be honest, you guys make big jokes about me being a dragon all the time. Even though I'm fairly slim fit for a dragon, I'm just muscular. But okay, whatever. I'll give it to you. I'm slightly large. I'm really terrible at that sneaking thing, though. Not really my forte. So it'd be nice to kind of see what I'm working with and a good places to hide and make sure that my big ass is out of big view. Yeah.
Did you say you're so big that your forte is a 5-tay?
Pharaoh.
It's just a question, my friend.
I never thought about it like that, but you seem highly educated, so I suppose 5 is bigger than 4, and if you have a forte, then I must have a 5-tay.
I just bust out in applause.
Thank you, my friend.
That was good.
All right, so recon.
So are we going to short rest before?
Rest? Yes.
Recon?
Do a rest.
We should rest.
So
That way I can reconfigure my spell book here.
Well, we should rest anyways because I've been drinking and
You
going.
guys would be able to take a short rest before the witching hour arrives, and it's time to inspect the mansion.
so how many rooms did we all get?
Well, I'm
You guys
staring
haven't
at
actually
the fire.
gotten a room yet. You guys arrived today, so
Yeah. I just need to sit by the fire a bit.
So while we're short resting, you guys will all notice Kane After a certain point, halfway through the short rest, his eyes just go pure white, and he just slumps over.
You know, one time back in my younger years when I was studying as a soldier before joining this adventuring company, I drank so much I slumped over like that too, right into the fire pit. Should have seen my other buddy though. He hit the pricker bush. Didn't look like it felt too good though.
So I have one question. How old were you?
Legal drinking age. Definitely the legal drinking age of a soldier risking my life for my homelands.
I see. Good. Yes.
I'm not really
As I ask around, anybody has some lodging for me? I don't have a room anymore.
Yeah, we'll make sure you got a room. Don't worry, you can.
Okay. Is there anything else that any of you want to do before it's time to go towards Guarde's mansion?
I'm gonna make some good berries and put it in my gold coin pouch because it's empty, so it works better. That's a good berry pouch.
At least
Okay.
there'll be something in there.
I can still pretend.
These berries are worth money.
Hey, if you die, a good berry always come to life.
Kane, while you are fainting here, yes. What are you here for?
Ah, I really hate being here, and it gives me the willy. Oh,
We hate when you are here.
I know you hate being disturbed. I was wondering if you could help me learn to use a disguise kit.
Of course, a murderer such as yourself needs to disguise.
Oh yes, don't remind me.
Murderer. But when you awaken from this trance, you are able to use the disguise kit.
Oh Christ! Oh, hey guys, I think I figured out how to use the disguise kit if I need to.
Yes. Good. Good, my friend.
What'd you say? I was sorry. I was resting there. What'd you say? You know how to do? Okay.
I learned when I was asleep how to use the disguise kit there, Bobo.
Jimbo.
Jimbo, sorry.
That's interesting. I wish I could learn more when I was sleeping. I only sleep 3 hours a night anyway, but whatever.
I heard once you have to read a book to learn, and it's really hard for me to read. I just sign a big X for my name. So there's that.
Yeah, everybody has their specialty.
I mean, your name is.
And yours is basically killing creatures.
That is your initial. Works.
As my print, it's like a thumbprint, and the paper sticks to my finger.
Oh, you got some stuck to you, bud.
Oh. Sorry. I'm not used to touching other things like paper.
Well, paper, I suppose. Yeah. I don't really know how to respond to that.
My dad experimented on me when I was younger, and he said I could be a good climber if he injects spider DNA into my system. And I said, hey, why not? Now my hands are all sticky and hairy.
Oh, you got hairy palms. I met a guy like that once.
It's the best. It's the best excuse I've ever heard for hairy palms.
He did say they were sticky too, Pharaoh. So
I mean,
Best excuse I've heard yet. Heard
I
a lot
thought
of them.
my family was horrible.
as as I demonstrate, as I touching the wall behind me, and little by little I climb backwards with my hands on the wall.
Wow.
See, I stick to things.
Well, I guess if we're ever in a sticky situation, you'll be set, won't you?
All right, Mr. World, I'm taking an investigation check on Ukin. Oh God, is he a drow? I roll a 7.
You're trying to think of what you know about Drow, and he does not seem to be one.
I think it's pronounced drow. Yes.
He does not appear to be one. However.
Okay. All right. I'm not scared because I thought he was a drow for a second there.
Well, that's a pretty fancy trick there, bud. That'll come in handy. So what do you say we get on up to this place and give it a look around so we can get a sketch? Bobo, you're a good sketcher. You drew maps really well for us. You think you can...
They're completely accurate.
The most accurate map I ever did see in my life. I appreciate you for that.
I've been making copies of them. I'm going to sell them.
And to scale.
That's actually a pretty good side hustle. I commend you for that. So you think you can draw up some layout when we get up there?
Yeah, I'll work on it while we're going.
All right. Perfect.
As it seems I have new companions, I opened my gold pouch of money. I pulled out 2 gold berries and I said, guys, please grab 2 each in case of emergencies. This will come in handy the last 24 hours for you. You know, in case something goes wrong, we don't have to waste a potion. We can just waste a good berry.
Thank you, my friend.
As I hand everybody 1. No, I'm sorry, 2 each to each person.
Thank you very much.
That's fantastic. Thank you. Appreciate you. See, look, you guys, you know what? Bringing him along was a good idea. He's already making himself useful.
You haven't seen anything yet.
He's going to be great because he's bugbears, I'm telling you.
Those bugbears, man, they really were something else. Oh, we'll tell you the story about these bugbears on our way. Oh, we chat on our way to find this place we got to go. If you're interested in the story, if you don't want to hear about it, you don't have to hear it. I won't.
Whoa. A good story goes a long way. I like tales, so do tell.
All right, Mr. World. Well, first party, do we need to do anything to ourselves before we go, or are we just going to go?
Well, let's check it out. Assess. And then murder everyone, or just assess. We could just assess.
Well, I mean, personally, I'd like to go and change my spell loadout, but I don't think it sounds like we have time to do that.
Before we assault the place, we can.
So this is just our first foray into the place?
Yeah, just to go scout it out.
Can we agree that we're not going to engage in a full-scale slaughtering of these people on this trip?
I can agree to that.
Okay.
Lead. Are we outside of town yet?
If you'd like to be, sure.
I'll follow your
Sure,
lead.
we start
Bobo.
walking.
Bobo, I'll follow your lead.
I can guarantee there won't be any killing.
Well, I mean, if you're willing to break into another person's house and steal swords out of there, you got to be willing to kill some people, I think,
Oh, and I always like to increase our numbers by, reanimating the dead to serve as good servants. So
Yeah.
there won't be any bodies left,
Well, that's a great idea. Oh my God, that's a great idea. You just get the undead to just walk around and just walk out of the place.
So there was never a body there.
Right. Oh my God, I never thought of that my entire life. That's a great
Like
idea.
Bobo
He's
is
not dead. He's walking next to me.
Right. He's carrying the treasure out of the dungeon for me. You know, it's brilliant.
We hired him as a henchman. He died in the dungeon. Unfortunate. Yeah, we kept his sword.
That sounds like a good story to me. All right, so we're on our way to this place, right? Northeast of town. So we would have had north direction there.
So you guys make your way outside of town briefly, and it is the nighttime, but the directions which Karen gave you to reach this mansion are good, and you can see it's lit up with torches from the outside, and it's a 2-story mansion where on either side you can see that there's sort of like, I don't really know the architectural term, but there's a roof that extends out past the house, and there's like a covered patio on either end of the house that extends out past what appears to be the house proper. The story is 2 houses, and you can see that there are several guards moving around outside. There's one that's set up leaning up against the house on a chair on a balcony that's above the front door. And then you can see that there are several other guards who are standing in areas like the awning and are generally protecting this place a bit more fervently than perhaps you were led to expect a noble's house would be. You might have expected the guard above the door. You certainly wouldn't have expected the armed guards to also be on the patio outside.
Oh, dear Christ, friends, I feel like there's more to this than we realized.
Don't worry. Let's have some fun.
Well, let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
I think we go ask them if that covered patio is a pergola or a lanai. It's not clear from this distance.
I don't
We
want
could
to
go ask them.
No, let's not ask him.
I'm just saying. Oh, isn't the guard changing at 12:10?
Yes.
Well, that's our time.
Oh, I had a thought. I lost the thought. Yes, 12:10 is the time the guards change.
I mean, are we talking about actually bum rushing this place and attacking now?
I think we wait for the change. Maybe we should
But we're
murder
gonna
all the
do it
guards.
tonight.
Murder the guards as they report to work. Put the guards' uniforms on. Be the changing guard. And let the other guards leave. And then we become the guards.
Yeah, we should just do this. The same thing you're saying. Maybe we should just come back tomorrow and see what happens tomorrow.
In my
One of you give me a perception check.
Mine's not that good.
All right, give me a group perception check. So everybody give me a perception check.
Okay.
That's a 9.
13.
15.
So you guys see a shadowy figure move up, approach from a different angle than you, but definitely the town. He's quite small. He has a hood over his head, and he moves up quickly, but still silently before getting near the edge of the building, then leaping onto the roof of the house.
Now listen.
In a single jump.
Let's
If we
wait
just
for
wanted
him
to make
come
a
out.
quick profit, we could catch this thief, turn him in, collect the reward. Just saying.
Or we could wait for him, let him steal the thing, wait for him to come out, bonk him over
That's
the
right.
head, and take the sword.
Let's
That's right.
create a perimeter around this thing and just wait for him to come out. And when he
Well,
comes out, We jump on him.
Bobo,
That's right.
Yes.
your vision of this guy,
This
you would
Frogger.
say there's at least like a 60-40 chance that the figure you just saw jump onto the roof is Frogger Bobo Nurbin.
Wow. I don't like this guy. I don't like him one bit.
We have to do detect invisible. Can you
I
detect
think
invisible?
I think he is a guy that we should murder him in the name of justice after he commits this dirty foul crime that we would never think to do ourselves. It's only right to do it.
I'm gonna
Man.
murder him in the name of Bobo.
I
Nerd.
mean, come on. I don't know what you guys want to do, but like, I feel like either we need to go in there right now, or we need to just wait for him to come out. It's one or the other. But who knows if we'll even perceive him as he comes out?
It's time to squish Frogger.
All right, let's be honest here. If he gets that magical sword, imagine how fucked Bobo is. No, just me? Okay.
What a
No, I
conundrum.
agree.
No, I agree. I mean, I don't even want to think about it. I'll
Why
follow
don't we
you
do
guys,
this?
whatever.
Why don't we raise the alarm? Let all the guards know he's in there. They'll catch him, and we offer to turn him in to the proper authorities. We
But
walk him
if
back
they
to town,
catch him,
and he
it's
just
not
quite
us.
never makes it.
But if they catch him, it's not us. We need the money, so we need to catch him ourselves.
We
Yes.
offer to them to escort him back to the authorities in town for them. They can stay here. Oh, but we won't have this sword. That's true.
What if
Yes.
they tighten security up because somebody tried to rob them, man? Then we're gonna have double trouble. What if I still think it's a good idea for you smaller guys to go in invisibly. I know Kane's good at tiptoeing with those new fancy boots. Maybe you can go in and get it before he does, or cut him off or something.
Yeah, how about I do that? How about I cast invisibility as a 3rd level spell on Kane and either Ulkin or Pharaoh?
You know that you can only cast that spell on one person because it's a concentration spell.
No, it targets +1 is a 3rd level.
Okay.
Yep. 1 additional creature for each slot above 2nd level. So I could create, as a concentration, keep them invisible for 1 hour. 2 people invisible for 1 hour.
Okay.
Ukin would probably be a good choice because he can do that Spider-Man thing.
That's right.
So Kane and Ukin,
Let's
are
kill
you
him.
guys prepared to do it?
Oh, I had never been so much ready for this.
Whatever keeps Bobo off you, Army, and your brother. Same
All
name.
right. Jimbo, that is. All right, I'm casting invisibility as a 3rd level spell on Ukin and Kane. Bam.
Xenon, while they're gone, I want to apologize for the 5-day joke. I think it was cheap. I didn't mean it.
Oh, don't sweat it. Don't sweat it.
You know, deep gnomes actually don't sweat.
We don't. That's right. We don't.
We have to pant.
We don't. That's right. We pant, and our breath smells vaguely of mushrooms, but we don't talk about it much.
And without enough mushrooms, actually, we overheat. It's terrible.
It's mushrooms are well-known ventilation, good heat dispersion, food. Everyone knows that. Just like everyone knows about the egg baskets, boats.
All right,
Whoops.
so I'm going to cast a concentration spell on you. Let me see if there's any other. Ew.
You said
No. Any other buffs I could put on you guys?
not while you're concentrating.
Yeah, there's really nothing else I can do.
If a guidance.
I'll think that's a cleric spell, isn't it?
Yeah, our friend, what was his name? The turtle.
Lumen.
Luminaries.
Yeah, yeah, luminaries. He might have been able to do that, but he's missing, man. That's, you know what? We gotta find him, because if we don't find him soon, I'm gonna forget all about him, and I don't like that. But anyways, good luck.
Are any of you not wearing armor?
Me.
Could you use a mage armor? Would that help?
Yes.
It would ruin your unarmored fighter.
Does it?
It gives
Lucan?
you armor
Kane?
bonus.
Yes, I work armor. I work some
Bobo?
scrappy leather.
Bobo, can I help you?
Well, I'm not going in, am I?
Oh,
Only Kane and Ukin are going in.
Kane?
This may look like a trench coat. It's actually leather armor.
Good.
Yeah, we have to send them on their way. You have an hour until your illusion of invisibility wears off, so you better get on your way in there. And when you see my brother, make sure you stab a dagger in his heart for me.
And if he runs, make sure you funnel him back to us.
Yeah.
We'll be waiting for him.
I can extend my hand out to Kane, and I can climb the wall at ease as I'm holding Kane.
Nice.
I want to move Mr. World while they head in towards the direction that we saw the other little sneaky bastard go in. So that way, if he comes back out the same way, that one of us is over there, kinda.
Yeah, I think all of us, me, Xenon, and Pharaoh, should take cover in some kind of concealing and covery location.
No, while you guys are moving around in the forest, you see a guard turn and look out at you and hold up a lantern and sort of shine it towards the woods. But you guys are a good ways back, but he heard you. But briefly, the moment of distraction allows Kane and Ukin to sneak by and get up to the house.
Nice.
Stay close, my friend. This will go faster.
Whatever you say. Let's go.
As I'm moving in the direction where the sneaky bastard went through, I follow with a nice haste. But my spider legs, touch, it gives me a great speed, a nice great speed, no matter what surface I'm touching.
Okay, so you're going straight up the side of the wall.
Straight out of the wall, straight with the same way he went in.
Okay, so you clamber up, and the last place you saw him was actually standing on the roof of one of the awnings. You didn't see where he went into the house. Your fellow party member, including Kane, will remember this, but the thief Frogger Bobo Nurbin is in possession of a ring of invisibility.
I just remembered something, lad. He's got the ring of invisibility.
More of a Frodo Burbernoburn, if you ask me.
That sounds problematic. Let's see if I can track some footprints. He might be invisible, but his footprints will never leave the floor.
Okay, give me an inspection check or an investigation check.
I'm doing investigation plus giving myself guidance.
Okay.
21. 19 plus 2. Plus guidance, I have 0, but plus 2 of guidance. So it's 21.
Okay, so you are able to
Sniff him
track
out.
using your consultation with minute insects and other creatures from the air, and using your link to those are able to figure out that he has gone in through a window on the second floor into the southwesternmost corner. But the window has locked behind him.
Kane, you see that? I see tracks all the way to that window. Let's inspect it.
It looks like the window's come locked, as if he locked it on his own.
He probably didn't want to be followed. But hey, I have tricks up my sleeves too.
All right, let's see what we can do, lad.
I am gonna conjure 8 rats in a point I can see. I can see in the other side of the window, so I can
Correct.
conjure a rat in the other side too.
You can see in the dark, correct?
I think I can, if I'm not mistaken. I think so. I'm not sure right now, to be honest.
All right, let's find out.
Yes, I do have dark vision, 60 feet.
Then yes, you can see.
As I move my hands to the ground, little creatures of the night, come to me. Join me in my quest to kill thee. As I summon, it's 8 rats, and it's gonna be 4 on my back and 4 inside, and I'm gonna guide them to the lock and try to use them to unlock it. I can use my.
So they will give the help action to Kane as he attempts to unlock it. So you take a help action on whoever is going to attempt to unlock the gate.
I'll try to unlock it.
Okay, so these rats are squirming all over the gate, and you go ahead and roll a thieves' tools check. Using dexterity. I assume that's the same result as your sleight of hand. Are you expertise in both of them?
Yes.
Okay, so you get a 26. You pop this lock right open. And the rats scatter away as you clamber into the house. Give me, both of you, a stealth check.
Guidance as a stealth.
I got a natural 20 for 30.
15 plus 3, 18.
You hear from a room that appears to be just inside the house. You go, hello? Sir, is that you? Then you hear footsteps start coming towards this room.
I tell the rest of the rats to go inside my sleeves.
Don't make a move.
We're invisible. He can't see us.
Still, slightest change in the air is enough for someone to be suspicious.
He comes in and he goes, window's open. That's weird. And he starts walking over towards the window.
I kind of grab Kane, like stick my hand to him, and I try to slowly stealth, creepingly like a spider down the side of the window to the neck, towards the left wall.
Okay. So you move along the wall to the left. Give me another stealth check.
Guidance like always.
Both of us are just him.
That's wow. A 10 total. That's a total of a 10.
Okay. You begin moving off to the side, and you can't see Kane's foot, and he's also smaller than you. And you stumble briefly over his foot. But Kane, with his experience in this type of action, is able to, through his connection to you and through holding, you by the wrist, is able to keep you from falling. And in fact, surprisingly, even though he's smaller than you, he's quite strong and is able to stop you from moving. As the guard gets over to the window, slams it, latches it again, and he goes, "You better tell someone about that." And begins to turn and walk away.
Close one.
You gotta watch your foot in that.
I didn't see you there. It's hard to see invisible things.
Fair enough. We should get moving and try to find that sword. I don't want to be here any longer than we have to.
Well, let's do this. We don't know what direction he went. But hey, my little friends can search in every single way. I shall command all my rats to spread out in every direction possible.
Okay. So the rats begin moving throughout the house.
Mhm.
Doing
And,
rat
and,
things.
they, and they keeping towards the walls, trying to.
Yeah, they're rats. They
Yeah.
still, have rat instincts in terms of how they move about.
The size is tiny.
And so the rats move out of the room you're in, and you still have, sort of a cursory ability to boss them around. However, you no longer can see them. And the conjure animal spell doesn't allow you to see through their eyes. So the rats are moving about, doing rat things, and you guys remain in this room looking around. This appears to be some sort of like den or sitting room. There aren't a lot of books in it, but there is a desk and a chair and sort of like a chase over near the other window where the light is a little better as it faces south. And all in all, it just seems like it's just sort of like an ordinary room on the second floor where the master of the house fits.
Our best bet would be probably in his room. Or if he has a treasure room, but most likely in his room.
I don't know the layout. I lead the way. I'll follow.
Kane hears someone whispering into his ear.
He'll just gently grit his teeth. So, would Kane be able to assume, being in mansions, the location of like the master bedroom?
You know that most of these types of places will have the master bedroom on the second floor. And so in that sense, entering in through a second floor level, obviously you have some experience in this area with your criminal background, and so you would have known that ahead. But that's why you entered the second floor, is because you're not certain which room will have the master bedroom, but it's likely to be on the second floor.
All right, listen here, lad. It's going to be here on.
Suddenly, you hear some shouting from elsewhere in the house.
Oh dear.
We should check it out. We can't lose any more time on this.
We need to start checking these doors quickly. He should be on the second floor somewhere.
Let's go. Let's move quietly.
You guys start here. You hear a pair of boots marching their way towards the room that you're in.
As the boots are coming towards me, I try to, over the entryway, I try to go on the side of the doorway, like attached to the wall.
Okay. What do you do, Kane?
Kane is going to find a cozy little place to hide.
Okay, shortly later, you see a pair of guards, each wearing, a chain shirt and carrying a spear and a short sword, march into the room. They walk over to the window. They light the lamps in the room and they go, "This is where Ted said they came in." The master's getting ready, but we should find him before he does. It won't be good if he finds him first. They did, however, leave the door open.
I tell Kane, hurry up. Let's go.
And what was that? And you see him turn around and look at the space where you're standing. Someone in here.
I hold still, don't move an inch.
I got 25 stealth.
What are you doing with that 25 stealth?
I'm going to try to like move under tables and stuff to get past the guards if that's possible.
Oh, it's very easy for you to get through. It's a pretty decently sized room. You're invisible. You rolled really well. They're also very focused on the area where Ukin is standing, having just heard a voice in the room.
And then what I want to do, because is there a stairwell that lead up to this second floor, right? They had to come up those, I'm assuming. Did they have to come up a stairwell to get to like the top?
So you look out into the room outside here. And it is it does open into a hallway, and there's doors to your left and to your right, but also like sort of straight ahead, you can see that it's sort of, there's like a balcony and it drops off, and you'd be able to look down onto the room below.
Okay. So there's a balcony, and then how many doors are up here with us?
There's a door to your left and a door to your right.
And what door they came through?
You are in the door they came through. Kane is.
On the left or right?
You don't know that.
Oh.
I want to hit the left door and try to get in if it's locked or as stealthily as possible.
Okay. So you move into that door, and here you see what appears to be sort of a woman's anteroom.
Kane is slow. Is there any other doors in this room or just this one?
Oh, there is a room. Obviously there's two windows on the wall to your left as you come in, but there is a door all the way across the room on the right side.
Okay. Kane will silently close this door and hope that Ulkin can handle himself and make his way to the door across the room.
Do I see him leave?
No.
Actually, hold on. Before I close that door, right? I want to take a standard arrow out of my bag and makes it clatter in the hallway, and then silently close that door I went into.
When you do that, you hear the guards in the room with Ukin. So Ukin, you also see this. The guards shout and go, "Hey, they're up here! They're up here! Hey!" And we're now going to roll initiative.
Now, would we hear that?
Yes.
My
Listen,
question, do I still have a rat in the room?
No. Rats are spread out through the house.
Okay.
This isn't good, my friends. What do we think?
Ukin, what'd you get?
Oh, sorry, 8.
Oh, Pharaoh, did you hear that? That sounded not good. Do you
Not
think
good.
Do you think they found our guys, or do you think they found the other guy?
I don't know, but I don't like it. I don't
We
like
have
it
to
one
give them a
bit.
little more time. We have to give them just a little more time, okay?
All right. Okay, Bobo.
Just give them time. This is their jobs, man.
They're invisible, but I'm.
You see one of the guards move right past you, so you'll be able to take an attack of opportunity if you would like.
Don't do it. Stay invisible.
Nope.
But he moves out into the hall and goes, "Hey, there's an arrow here! Hey, they're up here!" And he's shouting down into the downstairs area. But then it is Kane's turn. You hear the shouting out behind you.
Kane's not gonna say a word, but in his head he's just gonna go fuck. And he's gonna continue across the room to that door if he can make it.
Okay, yeah, you can make it. There's no guards in that room. You make it over to that door.
He's going to try to check if it's locked, or can he look through a peephole or something, or the keyhole? I don't know what kind of doors these
Yeah,
are.
you can look through the keyhole. You look in, it's dark on the other side.
All right. He will stealthily open the door.
Okay. It is locked.
Okay. Would you like a sleight of hand?
With these tools.
Yes, sir. All right, 15.
You pop the door open and are able to open it just a little bit.
Can I tell what's in this room?
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Who?
Got an 8.
You push the door open and you hear,
Fuck.
and now it is Ukin's turn.
They're still in the hallway outside the room, I imagine.
One of them is. One of them is still in the room with you.
Is there any way I can get past them without, tippy-toeing?
You can try. Give me a stealth check.
Guidance.
And you are invisible, so you have advantage as well.
Oh, interesting. That's a 15 total.
So as you move, you bump against the guard out in the hallway. Not used to not being able to see where you are placing your limbs as you're moving. You once again fumble and bump into the guard. He turns around and goes, "Huh? What?" And then the other guy goes, "Ah, I think I saw something." And he walks up and he swings and tries to poke his spear into the area where he thinks you're standing. And he misses. He's not sure where you are. He doesn't want to stab his friend, and he stabs, sort of off to the side, trying to take care not to stab his friend, and misses his attempt to stab you.
I don't laugh I laugh inside my head.
Kane. Wait, no, it's the other guard's turn before Kane's turn. That guard, he pulls out his sword and he says, "Swords, dummy, don't hit me with that spear." And he swings his sword through the space where he thinks you are, which is actually a bit off to the side of you, with like a powerful vertical slice that also misses you.
I'm dancing here.
Kane.
What is in this room, Captain?
You look in, and there is a woman sleeping in the bed who's starting to wake up, having heard the door creep, and she goes, "Guard, what's happening?"
Oh my God.
No. God damn it. Is So is there another door in this room?
There is, actually. It is on the other side of the room. You'll have to go past the bed to reach it.
Am I small enough to hide under the bed in case she gets up and moves?
Yeah, you could definitely try.
I will do that. A 28.
Oh, nice.
You quickly sort of face first baseball slide silently across the floor and underneath the bed. The hands out ahead of you, reaching you and slowing down before you crash into the wall underneath the bed as you slide underneath it. Ukin.
I'm gonna stealthily move away from them as they're swinging to midair. I'm just gonna basically like ballet dance like through it.
Your armor class, looking at it, is a 17. They actually both hit you with their attacks of opportunities. You attempt to move away. The one dealing 6 damage to you, and the other dealing 5. They go, "Aha! He's here! He's here! I found him!" And you
6
hear
and 5
coming from inside the house, but you can continue to move.
because he's holding concentration invisible. If I turn to gas and slip out,
So casting a spell will remove your invisibility still, but
do I get it back after
no.
the spell?
But you would be in a gaseous form as opposed to being invisible.
I got hit, but I can still move stealthily.
You are still invisible, which will allow you to continue to move stealthily, even though they sort of know where you are because you still make noise. But you can still attempt to stealth while invisible.
My stealth is 16 plus guidance 2 plus my stealth is 2, so it's a total of 20.
Okay.
I tried to find the closest door to me, not leading up, at least somewhere away from this room, the closest door I can find towards it. And I'm going to open it and don't go in, but open it as a gesture like I went in.
Okay, so you open the door to the right. You just like push it open and they go, "He's making a run for it!"
And just, it
And they
seems...
both run down the hallway swinging their weapons.
I keep laughing inside my head. And I'll just hold myself there and then, hey, let's climb up. I go up the wall. In the
Okay.
same room already in.
So you climb up the wall to the ceiling.
10 feet only.
Okay, so yep.
And just
It's a
stay.
house. It doesn't have that high of a ceiling.
Yeah, just stay there as like a monitoring system in case I see something. I can jump at it or something. In case I see something else. And I'm gonna keep perceiving to the best of my abilities. And my perception is +3. So I have passive of 13. I'm trying to perceive I see something else because I'm specifically looking for anything else that's invisible.
Okay. Kane, you hear the woman above sort of moving around in the bed. You can hear a creaking. She goes, "Guarde? Guarde, what's happening?" And then you see her feet step off to the side of the bed towards where the door you didn't come in is. And she moves over to that door and opens it and moves out of the room.
When she opened it, was I able to get a glimpse of what the other room was?
It appears to be a hallway.
Okay. So Kane will slip out from under the bed once she leaves. Is there anything of like interest in this room, like any weapon cases or anything like that?
There is an armoire.
I will check that.
There is a great deal of women's clothes in the armoire. Okay, it is your turn.
I'm gonna roll another perception with guidance
Okay.
to see if I'm perceiving for invisible things, footsteps, smells, creaks in the staircase, anything. That's a +3. That's a 24 to perceive all my surroundings.
You now can hear that in the hallway and the stairs that are immediately through the door that you opened but didn't go through. There are now a total of 6 guards in that upper hallway. Looking
Jesus.
about, they're communicating to each other. They're pointing out, they're like, hey, there's invisible people here. They're trying to rob the boss.
Oh shit.
Somebody go
Because
tell him.
I'm staying in place.
Did you ask what we both were doing?
Okay, and so you see one of the guards then leave, like, I'm going to go get him. Let him know they're up here. And he moves off through a door on the other side of the hallway from you, Uke. And then it is Kane's turn.
I want to quickly move to that door she went through and look through the keyhole to see what I can see down the hallway.
You see her moving through a door on the other end of the hallway.
Was it only that door?
That you can see through the keyhole? Yeah, straight ahead.
I'm going to go through that door stealthily.
Okay, so you move through this door and you see that there's a couple windows that face the front of the house on your left. And immediately to your right, there's another balcony. This entire area sort of looks down on an open area on the second floor. But there is a door straight ahead.
I'm going to head towards that door.
Okay.
Do I hear anything that happened upstairs?
You saw the woman walk across on the other side of the balcony from door to door. Like across the gap. Like there's a railing on your side, and then across over on her side, and on Kane's side, there's a balcony. There's like a railing. And so you saw her just walk across through there.
I'm gonna go towards that door that she went in.
Oh yeah, because you can crawl across the ceiling.
Yeah, I can cross across the ceiling. I don't even have to use stairs.
Okay.
And it's normal movement for me.
Give me a stealth check.
Come on, stealth. 15 total again. Sorry, plus 2. 11 plus 2 plus 2.
You see one of the guards walking into the area you just left, and is just like, last we saw him was in here. Well, hurt him. Stabbed him once. His blood's green. What's that mean?
I
don't know.
hold
What does that mean? Green blood.
the wounds and I put my hand in it, try to like kind of cauterize the bleeding and try to stop it.
Okay, so roll a medicine check.
Ooh, that's pretty good. That's a 23.
Okay, you're able to hold the wound that the spear gave you closed and keep it from dripping your green blood on the floor. But you do feel like it's not necessarily not flowing from you, but the way you're holding your clothes is helping it like soak into the clothes instead. And gravity is pulling it down, your sleeve, and you're not going to be able to stay upwards like this forever without your blood dropping on the ground.
I'll try to move as quickly as possible without being fast, trying to go in a straight shot towards that door. but not on floors.
You guys both hear a voice go, "Dear, what is it? The guards say there's someone in the house. You should be in your room and lock the door. It's safer there." Guarda, who is it? What do they want? Kane.
So there's 15.
Kane?
So when I get to this door, is there something to my right?
The balcony.
I'm gonna look through this door. Like keyhole, what do I see?
Hallway. And on the other end, a door that's swinging shut.
I'll go down the hallway. Like I'll sneak through the door.
Okay, stealth.
$27.
Okay. Ukin. You see the door that she had just entered open and shut. So you don't see anything else.
Damn. I'm questioning myself. Is that Kane or is that the bastard? I move at half speed slowly and focusing on the floor, whatever that door open and close.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do a perception. That's horrible. 8.
You can't tell. Whoever moved through that door did so completely silently. There's nothing to let you know whether that was Kane or Frogger.
I'm gonna be watching. I want to stay on the wall like a spider on the wall.
Okay. Kane, you continue to hear somebody in that other room ahead of you getting clearly dressed for battle. They appear to be putting on some sort of plate or other sort of heavy armor. There are, in the hallway that you're in now, there is also a double door to your left, as well as the door straight ahead that you can hear the man, apparently Guarde, getting dressed in.
So you said there's door to my left was double doors, right?
There's a double door to your left, yep.
Can I peek through the keyhole there?
So these are sort of glass doors. You can see through them, and you can actually see the guard that you guys previously saw sitting on the balcony is laying in a pool of blood just on the ground.
I want to enter. Well, can I see like a weapons case in there?
So this is outside.
Oh, sorry.
You don't see a weapons case there.
What are you guys doing today?
This is
Oh, so it's like a balcony.
above the front door.
All right, I want to. So, does this door open inwards or outwards? That the two are talking in. Like one sounds like he's getting ready for battle. Inwards. All right, Kane's gonna like push himself up against the wall and like stealth the best he can, waiting for them to exit.
What are you doing?
Okay, give me a stealth check.
No.
A 28.
Okay. Uken.
Yes. I see them coming out armed.
You do not see anything. You're mostly focused now on what appears to be a little bit of a small library that is right next to the wife's room, and then like a hallway that goes between the rooms. There's no activity in the room that you're watching that you can see.
I still know where the wife went.
Yep, she went through the door that you've been watching before it opened and shut, and you don't know who did it then.
I'm gonna go towards that door as close as possible.
Okay, so you're right at the door.
And I'm still going to try to perceive as best as I can with my fantastic guidance and try to use my keen sense of hearing. Whoa, fantastic. What's my 17 plus 3 plus 4, 24.
You do not hear anything in that hallway. As near as you can tell, nothing is happening inside the hallway. But you do hear the same sounds Kane heard, obviously fainted and muffled through two doors, but the person two doors away is not attempting to hide the fact that he's, putting on plate armor and getting ready to defend his house in any way.
So I'm 2 doors away. Okay. So I'm going to go through the first door, open and close it behind me.
Kane, you see the door to your left as your back is pressed up against the wall. The door that you came in, open and shut.
But I don't see anyone coming in or out.
You do not.
Okay.
And I'm going to move out of the way of the doorway and try to stick to the wall again.
Okay. Give me a stealth check as you try to climb up the wall silently. Opposed Kane by your perception check.
That's 20 total. 15, 3, 2. Yeah, 20 total. Oh, so far so good.
What's your perception check, Kane?
Sorry, I didn't hear you say give you a perception. One second.
Oh my god.
23 perception.
Kane, you hear something moving to your left, but you cannot see what it is. It appears to be above your head to your left.
Okay. Is it my turn or is it?
Now you can hear also the guards are starting to spread out through the house as if they're looking for you guys.
Great.
I'm on my way back in.
And you hear, if you see a window open, hit them with this. Yes, sir. And you hear a lot of yes, sirs say that. Like there's several guards in this house.
Kane will shift uncomfortably at all the yes sirs and realizing the mass share of numbers there is.
But it is now your turn, Kane.
I'm going to sneak my ass into this room. Oh. $27.
Okay. Unfortunately, the opening of the door is hard to do stealthily without Gordy seeing it since he's still in this room. And so you walk into the room and you see the eyes of a tall, powerfully built human man who is wearing enough of his plate armor that it constitutes a half plate set. He has the greaves on, the vambraces on, he has the breastplate on, and he grabs the helmet quickly from the side of the side of him, puts that on, slams the visor down, and then you see him reach up against the wall and grab the sword off the wall. And that is where we will stop for today.
Before we stop, is that sword magical in any way, shape, or form, or it's just
I
regular
don't
sword?
even know this is happening, Ukin.
I'm just,
It's magical in all the shapes,
Find out
all
next
the
week.
forms, all the ways.
I'm so curious.
It's
You're gonna
The
find
ways,
out
the shapes,
what
and the
it is
forms.
next week.
All right.